Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ando here, and this is our last match of the week, and we're skill rating 4140, and we're up against Darth Tyranus. This is a rematch, actually. It was actually quite a few seasons ago, though. Told him that he was going to beat me because I'm a one-trick pony. Take a look at his datacrons. I guess that's now what we have to, do. These ones will be on his Shaak-Ti bad batch. So he has one level 8, 2 level 3s, and that's it. So this is just they gain potency, and then the other one is the cooldown whenever they inflict debuffs. So yeah, should be cool. I hate rematches, but I always appreciate a guy like Darth Tyranus who at least reaches out, joins the Discord server, and is an awesome opponent. Okay, so up top we have Nute with some Geos and Dooku and DDK. We got Jango with some other bounty hunters and scoundrels. We got Omni Dash and then a Gas 501st. Down below, we've got Traya. We've got Omni First Order TIE Pilot with the Hux lead. And then we've got Shaak-Ti and the Bad Batch, as well as his Lord Vader team. So, to paint the story here, I'm not making any excuses. I'm just letting you know this is a heartbreak. Don't rewatch. So I woke up and I was like, man, I need to do some battles, 4th of July shenanigans. And obviously, 4th of July always bleeds over to 3rd of July. And so, we're definitely not, how can I say, we're not woken up yet. And so we're going to move really slow on this. And rewatching this, I can't believe how slow I was going. There's times where you're just going to see me straight up pause. Like, that was not that bad right there. But yeah, there's going to be some times where I'm probably going to yell at myself through this recording to keep moving. And yeah. So I think you guys can probably guess what's going to happen here. The other thing too is a lot of times I don't bring in Hux. This comp made me a little bit afraid. I have just straight up lost this fight before. Yeah, it's like by the time you're moving, Daka's already died twice, and it's just like a lone Kylo Ren, and that could be really scary. But yeah. You can see, like, I'm just wasting a ton of time just even selecting. Like, why does Daka need to select someone else to revive? I don't know. Again, these things make more sense when you've been drinking the night before, and yeah. No excuses, though. Like I said, it's just I actually don't use this counter too much, too. So some of it is also just me being rusty. But yeah, man, it's bad. It's 2 minutes 40 seconds left, and we've just killed our first person. And it wasn't even us, actually. Maul just kind of went by the wayside there. Yeah, I think we still got some more pausing to see. Again, there's no real reason why I would revive here. I just was doing it, and again, just kind of frustrated to watch. But again, you learn, right? And that's why I'm including this, is because you need to learn from this. Maybe don't take this as my first fight, especially if I'm waking up a little bit groggy from the night before. Yeah, so I think this is where I pause. Yeah, I paused a little bit there. And then, gosh, I really am just cringing watching this, but I know the worst part is the last, I'd say 40 seconds. Because it's when I start panicking, thinking, oh man, I might time out. Because we're getting really close here, so I'm not really rushing at this point. I figure we're going to get it done. But, yeah, this is, I'm very sad, obviously, rewatching this. So he's re-healing now. And, yeah, I think this poke gets, it doesn't. I was gonna say, one of these pokes gets really close again, I want to say. So now, I'm under 50. Okay, that's where it was. Then he re-heals. And then I just panic from this point on, because now I'm realizing that his hits are pretty much re-healing him to the point where I need to siphon more. And you always hate this scenario. So he does ult. I should do ult, but again, 20 seconds and I just panic because I'm just clicking buttons at this point. And I do it again because again, panicking. And yeah, this is a heartbreak. So I'll do this swipe, get pretty close. He re-heals, and then maybe that poke gets it. But again, I can laugh at it now. It's frustrating. So then I did the typical Poggle lead for the extra offense with a Droidica. And he's pretty low health, so no problems. Normally you want to save that cleanse, but I just figured he's pretty low health. Maybe we can just go all in on him. Turn meter looked pretty decent, so I decided to go for the big hit. Then use that, and I call in Spy again, and it's over. I didn't even need Droidica there. Okay, so this team has been placed against me twice. I haven't found an actual good counter, so to speak. At least not one that I have that can be used because of other defenses that I see. So I'd be interested to see if CLS could do this, but I needed CLS for gas. So it's terrible banners. Full admit here. This is a low banner win, but I will say this. This is a good team, and when they add Datacrons to it, it's very good. And so while this might feel very expensive, which I agree it is, it's very expensive. I will also say it on the defensive side is expensive too. For me personally, my Bad Batch and my Shaak-Ti are really, really good components to my offense. They can deal with so much. And I love the Gambit guys. Like they're probably some of the closest guys I am to this game. But I always listen, or I try to listen to their podcasts, and they're always talking about Bad Batch as if they're just this expendable piece. And it's just funny, I always feel like Bad Batch is such a clutch piece for me in my matches. And so I can't even possibly think of giving up Bad Batch and Shaak-Ti. Granted, I am using a Galactic Legend, so I think there is a definite space where you can work and place these guys on defense and come out on top. Even with, you know, the two teams or the characters that you're giving up on defense. So yeah, I think that, like I said, there's definitely a way. Just it hasn't been done to me yet, and I don't want anyone to do it to me. So I'm not gonna divulge too much into it, but I think there's absolutely a way that you can make someone pay because of using that squad. So Traya versus Troopers. Before Dark Trooper, this was like an absolute no-go. But Dark Trooper does so much damage that it doesn't really matter. There's so many buffs, right? And so Traya's gonna nerf that. There's a lot of call to assist. Traya's gonna make that pay. But like I said, you know, once Dark Trooper gets his hands on someone, it's like mini trooper battles. It's over. So yeah, I'm gonna do an AoE here, so that way I can weaken. Well, I guess I kill Scion, but I'm just gonna continuously blast AoEs. So that way Trey doesn't revive. Don't really want that savior mechanic. And then Trey is gone. So finish it out. 64. Not too bad. Oh man, did I not show? Oh wow. I used Bad Batch. So speaking of Bad Batch, I actually used Bad Batch against that Hux team. It was such a fast battle that I must have just thought that yeah, it was, you know, it was part of another me selecting a team. It was such a fast battle. It does work though. I have had people ask me if it works, so I decided to test it out. They started first. They did some okay damage, and then once I took a turn, Bad Batch completely took control. I didn't really get to talk too much about the back zone. So sorry about that, guys. I just realized that a lot of times I cut this footage up and then I just speak over it. So my apologies there. It does work. It's very much the common way of playing Bad Batch. And I don't feel bad about talking through this because this is pretty much in like all my fights. So yeah, just get General Sky Guide down. Focus in on 5s. This is only if 5s and gas is not R9. Changes once that happens. Which is why I have an R9 gas and 5s. Yeah, but back to that First Order fight. Once Echo took his turn, which was I think maybe 3rd or 4th in order of movement, they didn't take another turn. It was literally a 30-second battle after that, which is why I must have looked over it. Which sucks. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe I'll have to post that in the Discord so that way people can see it. Oh man, this is a good one. So be prepared to clinch. I figured that this would work. I knew that I was going to be a little bit sketch. I also don't have the best modded Wampa. I think he maybe has 2 or 3 6Es. There's definitely room for improvement on my Wampa modding. And the stealth here is what's really throwing us off, right? So, needed to get the protection up. There's a ton of debuffs, so even though we're extorted, as soon as we take a turn, we should be able to get the turn meter rolling. And again, just really want turn meter boosted as well as my damage, especially as they're going to start coming out of stealth, and You can see the counters there are pretty awesome. I believe, yeah, I do the roar again just for the turn meter gain and making sure. And this is where a little clench happens. And if I did the roar right now, I would get, I believe, 45% turn meter. But if I do the hit, it gives me, I think, 40% turn meter. And so you're seeing me weigh the pros and cons of that. I ultimately, there's also paying off extortion, which will heal me 10%. But it's also going to make them hit harder. And I just figured if I can get rid of spy, which I'm pretty sure I can, and like we're going to re-heal quite a bit. I didn't know how much, but I thought we were going to heal quite a bit. Based off of, you know, all the things. So there it is. That was definitely the right move. 100k back, or 100k hit with a full health pool. And then get really close here again. Oh man, it's nerve-wracking. I know, but luckily that moved. So one of the datacrons I want to start putting onto Wampa is the cooldown reduction when they land more than 4 debuffs per turn, because that happens often, right? And then you could pretty much spam AoE if you get lucky enough. So if you guys have any of those dark side debuff cooldown reductions, highly recommend you do that, because I think it sounds awesome, in all honesty. I tried it on my alt. It's pretty cool. I decided to bring in... Okay, so I gotta get this right, because I was trying to keep these videos shorter. I attempted Grievous versus Starkiller. It went terribly, but at least I killed EP. That was my main goal. I got that done. And then I attempted a different bounty hunter team on them. And then I attempted Grand Inquisitor, who's like gear 7, and it all failed. So you're gonna see a broken EP down there. Very frustrating. So gave me some pretty good ships. I think this is kind of like the meta, if you will, for ships. So here's that broken team. 3 battles in. And so I'm going to take Jedi against Draven. At this point, I really didn't think that I was going to full clear. I just wanted to get as much points on the board. And so, yeah. Sorry, I had to mute myself for a little bit. Clear my throat. But this team... I don't know if he placed it for me. I don't know. I know the turn meter gain. This is typically used to try to make troopers or your Sith Empire not be able to be troopered. Still can in most regards. But I don't know if it stops bounty hunters. That's usually what I try to use. Oh, I think you're going to see me do a huge silly moment here. I'm gonna try calling in on Draven, and you're gonna see me be like, wait, why aren't they going in? And I'm gonna click around to see if there's dazed. There's the second one. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? And then I remember it's Draven, and he doesn't allow people to call in on him. So yeah. Bad mistake there. But this isn't, again, at this point, I'm not worried about banners per se. Really more worried about can I full clear? And right now, if you were to ask me right now, I would say no. I did that to try to recover some protection. It didn't really work. Or not enough, I guess. And I was trying to delay a little bit to see if I could get the heal. Didn't work. Our best intentions, sometimes they don't work out, right? Okay. So, got my Jedi. Kind of my SLKR counter. That's what I'm going to use here. It's typically very easy battle. It usually goes very well for the Jedi. Then you start to question it. And then it goes well again. And then usually you win. So there's like usually this middle point where you're like, wait a second, am I gonna win this? So yeah, don't want to stun right now because Queel is just gonna clear it with that, with his forgot what it's called, mechanic savvy. IG still had some time, so I decided to throw the stun out there. If he's about to go, probably don't need to do the stun. I decided to kill Bo-Katan right away. Her daze is pretty annoying, and I just figured that's someone I can kill in basically a one-shot, while our main target is still in damage immunity. So now he's out. So we gotta clear the taunt again. And again, this is like the point where you're like, okay, is this gonna work? Because he's getting close to 20. And now with Fennec hitting, he's at 20. And then you just kill him. And all of a sudden you're like, alright, great. So this is gonna work. So now it's just about trying to recover banners, which is why you'll see me try and call a lot of times Old Ben. I also want to just kill Fennec, honestly. She's a pretty big monster. She's a lot like Dark Trooper. Just those amount of hits, they just add up, and she'll make you regret all your decisions of not taking her out earlier. And at this point, it's a very easy way. Like I said, just trying to get to the point where you maybe can get Old Ben's protection back. I don't think we did here, unfortunately. Could try to call to assist, but it'd probably kill him. So I went for the stun to see if we could somehow. Probably should have given that to Yoda, Hermit Yoda, to see where he was at. But what can you do? 64. Okay, so I don't think I actually do this battle. Yeah, because I'm like, all right, let's just go to ships. So we're gonna do first order. I haven't done a ships piece in my videos in quite some time, so I'll just show you. It's nothing that's extraordinary. It's very common. Ships is just one of those weird things where the things that mess you up are the things that you really can't control. It seems like dodges or resisted ability blocks, right? So yeah, you give the turn meter to the tank, so that way he can do that move. Then you go in an ability block, Bosk. And now we're just going to go on Cad Bane. I think this might be one of those ones where we get dodged. So a dodge like that can actually be pretty game-changing. Try not to panic. That's the worst thing you can do with ships. And if he dodges this and you don't get the ability to block, it becomes a lot harder. But we did get that ability block, so now we can just dispel and go for Boba Fett. Got a pretty decent chunk there, and then finish him off here. Cool. And then could put some damage on Mando. Really doesn't matter. At this point, you're just trying to play the long game. Suggest not hitting Bosk just because he'll build up that bonus protection, or that protection up, I should say. And yeah, so you really want Crew being the only one, because he's like the only guy doing a ton of damage. And I'm gonna bring out the Ebon Hawk. Just staves off their ult a little bit, and then I'm able to give some turn meter to Crew. Try to stun. We got it. IG comes out, but Bosk is about to go away. So the big problems in this fleet are gone now. And now we just need to worry about IG. We're pretty lucky there, I think, to not get stunned. I don't know if we resisted or if there's some condition that stopped us. Can't remember. I think the breach just adds damage, so it's not like it's hinging upon the breach. So yeah, this is actually rolling. Other than the dodges, I mean, it's can't really ask for much better than this. And got the old 69. Nice. Okay, so I think the next battle is against Negotiator. Yep. And he put 5s in the starting lineup, which I don't recommend normally. Now, I do get some really good assists right here. Yeah, so that basically just leaves it to where an AoE kills Jedi Knight Anakin. And really, once he's gone, this fleet just falls apart. Gonna need to cleanse. I think I actually go for Biston here because I know I'm gonna just do the wiggle. So it's just about getting back around to Han's Millennium Falcon so I can do the wiggle to get the days off of me. There it goes. Now we work on Clone Sergeant. In this one, I was actually just more worried about getting people out here, so that way Han could potentially assist or call more people to assist. And I think that actually worked out really well. Again, just want to do some damage, just get through this fleet. This fleet has a way, if you stick around long enough, they're gonna make you pay, just by bleeding banners. Like, you might get a really clean kill, but they have so many AoEs, you really don't want to mess around too much. So 72 there is pretty sweet. Okay, now we've got Chimaera here with the TIE Interceptor, right? Basically everyone's got that now. Making these guys get all their cooldowns quicker. And I actually like when TIE Interceptor comes out first, like that. Because a lot of times you can't start putting on these buzz droids until they come out. Because he just cleanses, and this fleet feels like it's always dependent upon how many buzz droids are on everyone. So I target Second Sister so we get the guaranteed taunt on her, and then I just call to assist to get her out of there. Which means that if this is a cleanup situation, it's 100 times easier. Now, for each ship that goes, it's even easier. Now, he's going to dodge because of the foresight, which is going to boost up the Chimaera's turn meter, which means that we get a second one out, or a second ship out. And again, we want buzz droids. Lucky that we're not getting dodged, because obviously those dodges really boost up the turn meter. Really want to get this down before an annihilate, and we do. So 70 banners, very good banners, honestly, versus that ship. So did pretty solid in the ships. Ground was a bit harder. I really didn't think that we were gonna clear, but I sent in a Dooku lead for my 4th battle, and it got Barris pretty low. And I thought, okay, this could be my opening. So we're at 4 battles now here. And again, really want to make sure that Zareth gets taken out. I start to get kind of frustrated because, yeah, he's got a healthy Zareth, which is like what you should be doing, and we're just re-healing her because of all of our crits. And so I'm like, well, what are we gonna do? I guess we'll kill Veers at some point. I don't think it's yet, but I think Veers goes down first. But yeah, all in all, we'll win this fight. So I'll leave you guys with a few things. Thanks so much for watching the video, guys. Thanks for, my opponent for being, a cool guy and reaching out to me, joining the Discord again, because he quit once I said that I quit. But yeah, it's cool. It's always cool to meet with the opponent and just talk. But yeah, guys, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you guys hit the like. If you haven't subscribed, please consider it. It would mean a lot. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. As always, I'm here. Like I said, sorry, I'll try to put the first order clip in the Discord, because I know that was a pretty big, someone was asking about it, and it definitely sounds scary. You don't know if Wrecker's gonna be able to take that kind of punishment early on from a first order squad, but we did, so it's good to know. And thankfully, yeah, we're gonna win here. And we did end up winning this round. He got caught on my Star Killer as well, and then he got caught on a few of my other squads. So 5 battles though, my goodness. He's been out for quite some time, but he can still mess you up. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.